Hey everyone, my name is Chelsea King and I'm here today with Nail It Magazine to answer some frequently asked questions. Ever since I started my blog, I've always gotten a lot of emails with tons of questions, so I thought it'd be great to answer them in a video. First question, what is your biggest inspiration for nail art, or how/where do you find inspiration? So for me, a lot of my inspiration comes from fashion. I'm always looking on Pinterest, and that's kind of like an endless source of ideas for me. Also, whenever I go shopping, I tend to take pictures of outfits that I think would look really great on nails. Another fun thing I do, I go to a fabric store because they've got tons of patterns and prints that I think make for really great nail art designs. What was the first type of nail art that you ever tried? For me, that was cheetah print nail art. I think that's kind of a lot of people's first experience with nail art. It's simple, but it's cool. So I kind of have like this fond memory for cheetah print nail art. What's your best trick to making the nail polish cooperate with the design you want to do, like thin lines? To get thin lines, I'm constantly putting new polish out on my palette, and I dip my nail art brush in remover to constantly keep it liquid. You know, sometimes polish gets too thick and that makes it really difficult to do nail art. So I think having thin nail polish and constantly putting new polish out, that really helps getting it to cooperate with the nail art you're doing. How can I build a stronger client base geared towards nail art? I think some people aren't into nail art, they're just not experienced with it, so it definitely takes some easing into. I would recommend starting them out with very simple nail art, you know, something kind of classic, maybe like half moon or like a glitter gradient or even just a couple accent nails. I think that's a great way to get people into it, and I think once they see some simple nail art, they're kind of, you know, after their next appointment, they're wanting a little bit more. So I think after a while, they'd be a little bit more into nail art. What tips can you give a newbie nail artist for water marbling? I have failed every time I have tried. Water marbling can be a little bit difficult. I've always kind of struggled with it. And I think really what it is, some nail polishes work better than others. So you're gonna wanna try out different brands, try out different colors, and I think that's really gonna help. It's just a lot of trial and error until you kind of perfect that technique and get it down. So I would definitely just recommend to practice. If you could give one tip/secret for nail art to an amateur, what would it be? You know, it's not much of a secret, but I would definitely say it takes a lot of practice and patience. When I first was getting into nail art, it was a little messy. You know, I think a lot of people, when they go online, they see these perfect clean nails, and a lot of people have been practicing for years and years. You know, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it's taken a lot of practice. So I think that's the biggest secret, is just keep trying. Where do you continue your studies/nail education? I think there is a lot of material available online. For example, YouTube, there are so many tutorials out there available to professionals, to amateurs. For example, Nail It Magazine has some great tutorials available on YouTube, which I think are some great ways to learn new techniques. As a licensed professional, there's a lot of classes, but you have to be licensed. So I would definitely recommend checking out YouTube. How did your nail art obsession start? For me, I found some nail art tools at a show I was at, and that kind of got me into it. And then I also started looking online and realized that there was this whole nail art community, and that really got me inspired to start doing all kinds of stuff. You know, before I started, I thought, okay, nail art is just French tip, maybe some polka dots, but there was so much more. So I think that really inspired me to become obsessed with all things nail art related. Do you ever get burned out? A lot of times I'm doing my nails a few times a week, and I definitely do get burned out, which is weird to say. You know, I really love doing my nails, but sometimes you run out of ideas, you need a break. So I think it's totally normal to get burned out from doing nails. I hate it when it happens, and when it does, I try to just find something that really inspires me to kind of get me back into the swing of it. Did you always see yourself doing nails? No, I never saw myself getting into this. It's pretty funny. About 5 years ago, I got my nails done for one of the first times, and I totally hated it. I thought it was so girly, and I eventually, when I was starting to discover nail art, I kind of realized that there was a whole art side to it. It wasn't Didn't necessarily have to be girly. I started viewing it as an accessory, as art, and I think that kind of changed my mind about it, and that's really what got me into it. So I used to hate it, but now I love it. I've made a career out of it, so I'm so happy. So thank you for watching this FAQ, and I really hope some of these answers will help you in your nail art journey.